Welcome back to my channel, Socialites. So I've been gone for 2 weeks. Don't kill me. I just been tired, and I just took some time for myself. So yeah, and don't mind the look, hairstyle. I was on a project, and the theme called for this hairstyle. But yeah, this week video will be reading some unexplained supernatural tweets, some very weird tweets from Twitter. So let's go without further ado. So this first one is like really weird. Would you ever have sex with a witch? And someone said, she gave me a necklace which she charmed during sex because it rendered my sperm to be useless. What? Useless. That drive to the abortion clinic. What? That drive to the abortion clinic was very quiet. So you mean to tell me that she was a knockoff witch? Like what? Okay, so somebody else said, man, I used to be on the couch getting lectured about good versus dark witches, family hexes, sex magic, you name it. One time she asked a spellcast during an orgasm and cursed an ex of hers. Bro, I was so scared. I thought you was a good witch. I never said that. So you can imagine you were with a good witch and then, I said, and you said to her, I thought you were a good witch, and she was like, I never said that. Like, what? So the girl, used sex basically from an orgasm to X or X. Like, you get it? You get it? But yeah, she told me she was gonna curse me and my entire family when I didn't want to date her, but it's okay because then I slept with another witch who reversed the curse back onto her. Like, what? Is this witch Uno? So you remember you have sex with another witch and reverse back the spell from the first witch? Like, I like to play that game of Uno though. Like, that witch version there, Uno sound fun. Okay, this is this is a different tweet though. So I had a dream that I had sex with someone I didn't want to have sex with. What does that mean? So somebody said sex demon, and in a previous video of mine I talk about the incubus and succubus, the sex demon. So they basically paralyze and sit on your chest, and so yeah, it could be that. Okay, so this one is basically about parents talking about their experiences with their 2-year-olds, their their newborns and stuff. So when my daughter was 2, I was giving her a bath and sighed deeply, frustrated with the 2-year battle of any water touching her face. A full-blown meltdown. She looked up at me and said, I just scared mommy. I drowned last time I was alive and went back to playing with the bath toys. Like, what? That's crazy. So, because this goes back to reincarnation. So, I don't know. I always said there's more to life and the spiritual side of life. And, guys, I always said this. Like, I even said it in the, 1 or 2 of my videos. We forget that, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So, this is just all flesh. But yeah, we're a living soul. There's a living soul inside of us. There's a light inside of us. We're spiritual immortal beings. But yeah, so that's crazy. So my daughter from a severe brain industry not the industry. From a severe brain injury. She was 11 weeks old, was in a coma for 3 days, for years and afterward. Then when it rained, she would comment, smells like God. Like what? Smells like God. So if you ever wonder what God smells like, you're welcome. So you can imagine God smell like rain. Like, rain does smell bad, like when the rain hit the pavement and you have that smell. So I guess it's that she's talking about. But let's appreciate this look for a minute. I like this, the hairstyle with the hairstyle with the hat. Like, I literally don't want to take out the hat, guys. Like, but yeah, like, come on, face card. Was walking with my 2-year-old in a cemetery by her house. She says, Mommy, who is that man in the red jacket by the stone house? She pointed to a What? A mausoleum? There was no one else in the cemetery. He was waving at me. She waved back. He's coming over to talk. I'm like, excuse me? Like, what you mean if I come over to talk? I can imagine your daughter says something and you don't see it and you're gonna tell me say to come over to talk to me. Why you want to talk to me? Don't stay over there. The fastest man to leave the cemetery. They're crazy. I was hiking alone in the woods with my son who was 7. It was eerie quiet. Out of nowhere, he says, the woods demand a sacrifice. Like, what?
Like certain foolishness, man, foolishness this, I'm dose.
Can you imagine you walk at night, it's quiet, with your 7-year-old and then him turn to you and say the woods demand a sacrifice, like... I just believe that is the demon of whisper in them ears, or probably there has been some sacrifice in that area of the woods, and it picked up on the energy because children are very aware with the spiritual realm at a very young age. So I'd like to believe that was the reason. But that's crazy. Like, but I left the picnic. And just shoot out of the woods there. So, well, me not gonna be your sacrifice, because I think, we're like, those are the type of kids that grow up and sacrifice their parents because of that one experience while they were young. So, no, cut that. Dead ass. As a child, I woke up in the middle of the night to a tall man at my bed rubbing my leg. I was afraid to scream. My parents never believed me, but my older brother fit the description. He died before I was born. I slept in his room and his toys would often light up by themselves. I mean, that's very creepy. Like, I always wonder, like, what kind of vibration or, force, ghosts or spirits vibrate on to have an effect in our world, like to move stuff, like even the Jamaicans say don't be box you, like you materialize yourself for box me, on different realm, like we end up at the same frequency, so you come to touch me. And that is when the astral project come out of my body and box it back. When my daughter was 2, I found her under the table with one of my husband's old children books, turning the pages as if she were being read too. I asked her what she was doing. She said reading with grandma. My husband's mother died 2 years before she was born. It was her book. I mean, that's kind of creepy and nice at the same time, because your dead grandmother, your deceased grandmother, reading to your 2-year-old, and it's like them a protect her. So, but I mean, there's a great debate that when you die, your soul rests until God comes back. So when it's not actually a family members, you see it's like demons or malicious spirits, basically are being imposters of your family, if you will use that term. So yeah, they basically take on the image of a family, because remember, demons have been on earth like for way long, and even like you as a ghost, and if you can change yourself into somebody, like you can you can follow somebody and you can know what their life or their family life is about, and mimic that person qualities and stuff. So yeah. If ghosts are real, they must be very bored, because why are you rocking that chair right now? Go to an island and drink a little ghost martini. Why bother me? I mean, like, right? Like, enjoy yourself at the afterlife. There's no party. Like, you're free from the bondage of this slave society. Go and enjoy the earth. If you always want to be Hawaii, like a Hawaii, like materialize in a Hawaii, like leave people alone, like stop being a miserable ghost. Enjoy life in your realm. My mom works in a hospital. She told me that one of the doctors was walking through the corridors. He came across a woman who said there was someone having an heart attack nearby and needed his help. When he got there, it was the woman he'd been talking to. Like, I mean, that's really weird. He was clearly shaken by it and couldn't get his head around it. They checked the CCTV and saw him talking, but there was nobody else there. I mean, it's a hospital, I guess, so there's going to be like ghosts and other entities. You can imagine you're going to a hospital and you just randomly pass like a woman, a man, a child, and it's not even from our realm. Like that's crazy. And even in like a cemetery. So yeah, I mean, I'd work as a mortician like for one day, or like just keeping the cemeteries. I don't know, I want to like experience and see what it's like, but while protecting myself. What I want to do is, have the Ouija board, but everybody around me is like scared of that shit. So, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to take that one off my bucket list because I'm not doing that alone. Last night I had a dream the clown figurine in the room across the hall killed me. I woke up this morning, the door was open and the clown was gone. I mean that's creepy. Probably as spirit guides them take with the clown for you before the clown end up killing, cause probably while you were having that dream you were having an out of body experience. And you saw that the clown was coming to kill you. Aha. But yeah, I mean that's really weird though. Like people have some weird experiences, like really weird. I have some too, but I'm not ready to share those. So I think this is the second to last one. So my 5-year-old daughter said, I was in your belly twice. The first time I died before I came out. I did lose my first pregnancy 8 months before getting pregnant again. She was never told. I mean, this is kind of nice and beautiful in a sense in its own, way, because say you lose your first child before it was even born, and you say, oh, it's like a different quality, different personality than you have a second child now, but it's actually the first child with the same personality. So I mean that's kind of comforting in some sense, and I don't know, weird, but I mean to each his own. And this is the last one, guys. So, my 3-year-old pointed to a photo of my elderly deceased grandmother and said, that's me. It was weird because when she was a baby, my mother was holding her and suddenly said, hello, mother, because a look had crossed my daughter's face that was so familiar to my mom. I had a similar conversation with my son, very seriously telling me about a past life and also memories of being in the womb, and not things he could make up as a childish mind, just statements of facts. Never believed in much before, but makes me wonder if reincarnation is a thing. Like, these cases are so weird. So, as I said, like even with reincarnation, that's why I say, there's a lot to explore on the spiritual side of humanity and human beings. I think some people are there and they grasp like the little concept of what spirituality is and human beings on earth, and or Christians would say to praise God so we can go to heaven. But I just believe there is more to life and more to spirituality than that. I mean, yes, we love praising God, like God is good, but I believe there's so much at play here, like spiritual wise. So if you agree, right? Agree. If you agree, let me know, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let me know if you have any experiences. Comment down below, or if you know anybody, or any family, friends, or relative that had any like scary or reincarnation encounter. But yeah, it's good to be back, and I won't keep you guys starving no more. But yeah, bye.